I've 38-year-old male been seeing this woman, 35-year-old female, for a few months. She has 3 kids, 8, 10, 15, and I have none by choice. But I would love to be a stepdad one day. I am the oldest of 4 boys, and my youngest brother is 18 years younger than me. I have been around kids since I was 6 years old. My brothers have a combined 6 kids now. This comes into play later. We have been doing great for the duration of our relationship. No arguments or anything. We have been doing family activities together. Everything has been great. So we are at dinner Friday night, and there is a table of 8 adults and 1 baby. The baby, 1.5, 2 years old, is just relentlessly screaming bloody murder for like 15 minutes straight. All gas, no brakes. The parents are acting like nothing is going on, completely ignoring it. I say to her, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think one of the parents should take their baby to the restroom or outside until they calm down. It's kinda inconsiderate of everyone else around them. This sparked something in her soul and she absolutely lost it. Told me, if you really feel that way, that just makes you a horrible human being, and that I was a male Karen for even thinking that. She blames the whole issue on me, not having kids and not knowing what it's like and all, etc. If you knew it could possibly offend me, then why even say it? And that she now can't trust me because I might say something out of line to her kids or parents. We finished up and I took her home, where we sat in the driveway and talked some more. I explained that I have been around kids my entire life, and even though I don't have any of my own, I absolutely know what it's like. I've had to take my youngest brother outside for the same reason multiple times growing up. If I'm at dinner with my family and one of my nieces or nephews start losing it, I am the one that takes them out, so mom and dad can have a break. That I was just expressing my opinion, and it wasn't a big deal if she didn't agree, because it would never come into play with her kids' ages. She refuses to let it go and stays livid, continues saying mean stuff, until I asked her to get out and drove home. Gutted. Am I the idiot? Update. Yes, I did break it off. We had 0 communication until Sunday, when I called her and officially ended it. She just said, "Seriously?" and hung up. Lowell L. I came here for some validation because she really did start to make me feel like I was an idiot for thinking this way. I just wanted to make sure. The restaurant was what I would call upscale Mexican. Not your average Casa Mexicana, but not some fine dining joint either. She has been a single mom for around 5 years. To those of you saying there must be more to the story, there's not. We've never had a fight. She has introduced me to her kids and they really like me, invites me over for dinner and game nights. Everything was going really well. This was a curveball out of the blue. Completely blindsided. I did play a large role in raising my siblings, as my mom was also a single parent who worked full-time. I never claimed that I know exactly what it's like to have kids. I said that I played a large part in raising my siblings and am currently very much involved with my niece's nephews, so I have some idea what it's like. How would I react on an airplane? This is hilarious to me. I've been through screaming babies on airplanes probably half a dozen times. Obviously, there's nowhere to go on an airplane. I'm proactive and bring noise-canceling headphones on every flight. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. It could be a sensitive topic for her. She may feel stressed out, like she doesn't have help and that it's hard for her. Which I totally get, but ultimately, you're not wrong. It is inconsiderate to just let your child sit and scream and disrupt other people. So I say, not the idiot. Comment 2. She was defensive because she was a Karen that let her kids wail for the entire meal when they were young. It's basic etiquette to take kids outside to settle them down when they start screaming. Comment 3. Not the idiot at all. I always took kids or grandkids outside on the very rare occasions that they were acting up in public. It's just basic manners, MO. No one wants to listen to a screaming kid. Ever. Now, for the next story. For background, I'm 28-year-old female and I had an extramarital affair. My husband and I were having some issues. He was unfaithful, and we were not living in the same house. I was angry at him and just felt completely numb and betrayed. Then one day, I met a man who was 26 years old. He was nice and really funny. Let's call him Corin. We went out for drinks, and one thing led to another, and we had a one-night stand, and we had the most disappointing sex ever. I felt even worse. I meant to go to the pharmacy and get the morning after pill, but couldn't, as I found out my grandmother was in the hospital. Then I eventually forgot about the whole thing. Fast forward 3.5 months, my husband and I started to work things out in therapy. I told him about the affair, and we moved on. Our marriage had been stronger and happier. We were enjoying raising our son, and then I found out I was pregnant. The timing coincides with my affair with Corin. I contacted him and notified him after I told my husband. He gave me $500 to have an abortion and gave me a bunch of research about having children by different fathers and scheduled an appointment at the clinic. He said he wasn't ready to be a father and to get rid of it. My husband, being the great guy that he is, supported me in whatever I wanted to do and offered to raise the baby. I couldn't bring myself to have an abortion and kept the baby. He had blocked me on all platforms and I never knew where he lived. I kept all the communication saved. Now my daughter is 2 years old. I bumped into him at the grocery store. He saw my daughter and now he wants contact. He said that the baby looks like him and is very upset that she exists. I haven't confirmed or denied anything. I have been silent. I feel like such an idiot. Edit. I wanted to give more context. My husband and I were not living in the same home for 2 months before the affair. We were essentially separated. I also want to clarify that I do not want child support. I have never wanted, and I don't need it. I never lied to my husband about the affair, and I tried to do the right thing and notified Corin. We met, went for coffee, and he took $500 for the abortion. He made the appointment and mentioned how he didn't want to be a father, and he didn't want his family to find out about a child out of wedlock. At this point, I had known the sex of the baby and told him. He sent me several texts and voicemails telling me I needed to terminate. I went to the appointment and I couldn't bring myself to end my baby's life. I essentially ran out. I tried to call him, and he had blocked me on every platform. I tried calling from different numbers, nothing. I eventually got the hint. My husband and I were friends, and we both made terrible mistakes. We own that. I never asked him to sign the birth certificate. He made that choice and has been the best father. I did not tell Corin about the paternity when I saw him again until I had spoken to a lawyer. And with how he reacted when he saw her, it was anger, almost violent. I am not letting my daughter anywhere near that temper. He only wants her because his parents don't have any grandchildren. The messages never state he wants to bond or interact. It always states the grandparents want to meet her. Until everything is solved in court, I am not going to issue contact. My husband signed the birth certificate. He is her father. I would have gladly returned his money if I knew where he was at the time. So there's that. I only made this post as a way to vent. At this point, my daughter is the most important person, and her well-being is and will be priority. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. In many states, proof of paternity is established through the fruit of the union. All kids from a married couple are presumed to be from the married couple. Lawyer up and communicate through an attorney. Comment 2. I can't get past the unsafe sex with basically a stranger. Edit. OP did not use any type of birth control. Her birth control didn't fail because it was non-existent. Comment 3. Right now, your husband is the legal father. If Corin wants contact, he has to go through the courts and request paternity. Do not start any contact with him. Now, for the next story. Background. My wife and I are getting divorced after being married for 19 years. We have 2 kids, ages 12 and 10. X is an elementary school teacher. The split has been very amicable, nobody cheated, and there was very little drama in general. We've just grown apart and neither of us feels like we are in love anymore. After 4 years of struggling, we decided it was time to end it. We agreed to split our savings 50-50ths, and we split time with the kids 50-50ths also. While we were separated, I worked out all of our expenses and offered a specific amount for monthly child support based on our income expenses. Things were amicable, so I thought we could work the divorce/custody/child support stuff out between us without involving lawyers and wasting a bunch of money. I suspect her sister has been in her ear because my ex suddenly decided she wanted to pursue court-ordered child support. I felt like I was being pretty generous, and honestly, I was happy to do so as I make a decent living and she needs to survive on a teacher's salary. Fast forward to last week, and it turns out the court-ordered child support is less than I was giving her. It's not less by much, to be honest. Roughly 15% less. I told her I would pay the court-ordered child support and not a penny more, and she's losing her mind about it. Am I the idiot? Update. I appreciate and understand everyone's concern for my kids. They are the most important thing here by a long shot. That said, the kids are just fine. I am fortunate to make a good living, and my kids want for nothing. I worry more about them being spoiled than I do about them not having what they need. College is sorted for both of them already. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Nope. She actually did the right thing in getting the court involved because, as you can see, you just never know who people can be. Unfortunately for her, good for you, it backfired on her. I went through a divorce, and it was amicable, but I ensured everything was in writing just in case. And it saved me when his new wife started to dictate what he should not be doing for his kids. Comment 2. I hope this is your wake-up call that things are less amicable than you think they are. Be prepared for her to try for full custody next, to get more money. If you don't want this to happen, go waste some money and talk to your lawyer about how to prepare for a custody fight. If you wait until she makes a move, you'll regret it. Not the idiot. Comment 3. Not the idiot. You gave her a fair offer, and she insisted on taking door number 2. That puts an end to the earlier offer. This is much more adversarial than you want to admit. Spend that 15% on a lawyer to make sure you don't get blindsided by anything else. Now, for the next story. My ex and I had been dating for over 2 years when she cheated on me at a Halloween party. She called me a few days afterwards to tell me she cheated. She claimed she felt bad about it, which is why she was telling me, and claimed she felt like our relationship was over, which is why she let it happen. I was super busy with work, trying to make enough to get a place for both of us. I broke up with her and hung up. So, I updated my Facebook to say I was single again, and a couple of my friends asked me why on the update. I responded with, "She cheated on me at a party." Well, roughly 7 hours later, my ex's friends and sister are blowing up my Facebook and phone, threatening me and calling me an idiot for bringing strangers into my ex and me business. To which I feel, if she didn't want other people knowing she cheated on me, maybe she shouldn't have freaking cheated on me. So, I guess, am I the idiot for being honest to people about why I broke up with that girl? Or should I have just acted like it was mutual? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Your ex-girlfriend cheated, and then she called you to tell you. I honestly feel it's because she wanted you to break up with her. Well, she got what she wanted, as well as everyone finding out about her actions. It's none of the friends' business, because I doubt if their significant other cheated on them, they would hold back. Comment 2. Not the idiot. This has the vibe of, if you don't want people to know you are an idiot, then don't be an asshole. She made her bed. Let her lie in it. I know you are probably hurt right now, OP. Know that with time, it will heal the wounds she has caused you. I wish you positive vibes. Comment 3. Not the idiot. She was totally at peace with her cheating when she told you about it. She only started caring once it made her publicly look bad. Still proving she only cares about herself. Nothing of value lost here, man. Now, for the next story. My 36-year-old male, wife, 27-year-old female, and I got in a fight. As she has done many times when we fight, she took my wallet and my phone and refused to give them back to me. After demanding for a while for her to give them back without any success, I left the house to go for a walk and cool down. When I come back home, she is no longer there, and I receive an email from my bank for potential fraudulent charges on my credit card. I check my account and there is a pending charge for $2,000 from a high-end luxury store. Turns out it was for a pair of shoes. I call my bank, tell them my card was stolen, and ask to cancel the charge and cancel the card. Now, my wife is angry at me because we don't have a credit card to use and thought that I overreacted by doing that. She is blaming me for not having a credit card, failing to recognize that it was her actions that led to it. We already have about $10,000 in credit card debt, and I wasn't about to have another $2,000 on top of that. I especially wasn't going to just let it happen without any consequences because I definitely don't want it to happen again in the future. So, am I the idiot? Edit. Because many people have been asking, she did not end up getting the shoes. She pre-ordered them online and was on her way to pick them up from the store when I canceled the transaction and the card. So there are no worries there. Edit. Thank you all for your support and advice. It has really opened my eyes. This incident is just one of many and is honestly one of the less intense fights we have had. There is so much more I've endured in this relationship, and I have felt very alone throughout all of it. So again, I thank you for your support. I know some of you also reached out to Reddit Care Resource, and they have reached out to me with contact info for a crisis hotline which I will use. To those of you who reached out to them, I am grateful for you and thank you for your care and concern. I am going to take the steps necessary to protect myself and document the abuse and start working on getting divorce papers ready. I know I can't live like this for the rest of my life and need to get out of this terrible situation I have put myself in. For those of you asking whether or not we have kids, luckily we do not, and we do not have any plans to. I will make sure it stays that way. Thank you all again. You have made me feel very supported during a time in my life where I have felt very alone and scared. I really can't thank you enough. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot, but this relationship is doomed. She takes your wallet and credit cards when you fight and spends $2,000 on shoes. You canceled the card because she keeps doing this crap? Be careful. The next time you two have a fight, she's going to find a new way to punish you. It will probably be worse than before. Comment 2. What the actual frick? It is no normal for someone to steal their partner's wallet after a fight. Your wife is batshit crazy, and I suspect she's more abusive than you're letting on. Fricking leave, dude. That's how you stop it from happening in the future. Comment 3. Nope. Not the idiot. Revenge spending is a horseshit maneuver by an immature person who can't or won't accept either reality or consequences. Hate to say it, bud, but this relationship sounds unhealthy for you. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.